So, do you want to know what it means to be American?
Again?
Yeah, can we talk about something not related to the American government?
Okay, come on, just give me like 5-6 minutes tops. It'll be really quick.
Fine.
Okay, so what does it mean to be American? The freedom and choice to use your voice.
Did you vote?
I did not.
I did.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Why did you vote?
Well, I wanted my congressman to become to get unreelected.
Because a lot of people told me that it was my civic duty.
Now, what do you believe is the most important issue to address at this time?
Gun control.
There's a lot of emotion around certain issues, but I think that they may not be our most kind of long-term impactful things that we should be thinking about.
I think more like sending a message to the president at this time is probably the most important, that, you know, the country doesn't like him as much as he thinks.
Every day, across the country, people are utilizing their First Amendment rights to express their beliefs. Whether they're protesting, campaigning for their favorite candidate, or even speaking to someone on the street, the freedom to share your own thoughts and opinions without fear of prosecution is taken for granted. And by speaking up for our ideas, we are able to create a massive impact on our government.
I am for dissent because, as I look back over the 190-year history of this country, as I'm sure you have as a student at Ann Arbor, I find that dissent is the great instrument of change. It's the instrument of progress. And that's what really distinguishes a free society from the totalitarian societies. We change those things by reason of the dissent that are wrong. We aren't frozen into them.
Let's sit down with Dr. Dana Brown to discuss the importance of voice from an academic perspective.
My name is Dr. Dana Brown, and I am the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Center for Women in Politics at Chatham University, located in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I'm also an Assistant Professor of Political Science.
As a student and teacher of American politics, why is freedom of speech important to you?
Freedom of speech completely supports our idea of popular government. The complete idea of freedom of speech and information is the bedrock, right? That's the foundation of what America is, that we have the ability and the choice to choose our elected leaders based upon good information.
Unfortunately, not all modern nations have followed in America's footsteps. There's still tons of countries today that don't exactly hold up the freedom of expression.
Yeah, actually, one of my friends in Istanbul, she kind of has experienced this before.
How challenging has it been to speak your mind about the Turkish government?
We're living in a very much of an autocratic society, so it's very difficult to question anything. And I think for us, you're not allowed to ask questions or hold people accountable, which really limits, I think, opportunities for development and progress and for cohesion, because it starts polarizing people.
Why is it important to utilize our First Amendment rights to voice our opinions in America?
There's always a way and a channel, at least in the United States, that you should be able to find a platform for your voice. When your voice comes together with other voices, then you start being heard louder. You have this opportunity to participate, and if you're not using it, then it's not necessarily representative of the larger whole.
America is all about public voice, learning from its citizens' opinions in order to bring about a better tomorrow.
There's been time after time when this was the case, when principled dissent was seen as radical, if not indeed unpatriotic, but it turned out over a period of years to be a way to advance the country, to make us a more perfect union.
Community leader Anais told us more about the importance of local activism.
So I'm Anais, I'm 20, and I go to the University of Pittsburgh.
How can young people in America who don't have the ability to vote still participate in our government?
Yeah, so voting is, well, it's a very important part of your civic duty. It's definitely not the whole part. And I think getting involved with government is something you can start doing as soon as you find an issue that you're passionate about. As soon as you are able to write, you can write a letter to your senator. I mean, I think voting does provide some level of validity to your statement when you call up your senator and say, oh, I vote. But you can still call up and say, you're voting on my future. The choices that you make now are going to affect me for the next 20, 30, the rest of my lifetime. And so doing that, showing up to meetings and speaking out at council meetings, speaking out at hearings, and when different government agencies come look for opinions, make sure that you're one of those voices that you hear, because as a young person, they're always looking for the young perspective or the younger generation's perspective, and that carries a lot of weight because young people are the face of what's going to happen.
Educating students about their role in democracy was one of the original goals of public education in this country, and it should remain so today as our nation becomes more and more diverse. And right now, it is clear that our schools and colleges must do more to meet that goal.
Today, it is so vital that my generation and the generations to come are educated about our political system so that they understand the importance of voice in American society.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and I mean the importance of being an active participant in our nation's government is extremely vital to the survival of our democracy. So, do you want to learn about the importance of our judicial system?